Hello. Hello. It's Thursday and I'm here and I'm Lucinda and I'm reading Rose's comment about Rambo, chocolate cake, coffee, and Lucinda from Rose. Hi, Rose. And I'm wondering, are you watching Rambo? Is that the name of your a pet name for your honey? Is that the name of your dog? I don't know. At any rate, I thought it was really cute. Sorry, there was something on the screen. Yeah, and late should be my middle name. But I'm getting much better. For me, honestly, 10 minutes is good. And so every time I click 1 minute closer to the time I said I was coming in, I feel like I'm making progress. So, today I get a B. Hey, Regina, how are you? Welcome. Marathon movies. Ooh, Rose. That sounds like fun. How are you, Regina? I hope you're doing well. So I am Lucinda, chronically late. Probably never really going to change. Today is Thursday. So today is my vintage and sometimes antique or bordering on costume jewelry, sometimes contemporary artisan vintage pieces, sometimes modern but vintage sale. And Thursdays is typically my low to mid range day. And today I have pulled some pieces that I know are worth more than I'm going to ask today. But I've been asking and showing them for a while, and they haven't moved. And I'm not going to put them on clearance on my tabletop Thursdays, but I am going to ask much less. So hopefully someone out there will love it just as much as me, and be interested. And if not, okay. I'm a big plastics girl. And this is actually like bamboo wrapped in wire. I think from the 60s. I've never seen these bracelets anywhere. But when I found them at a thrift store and have been wearing them for years. Of course, this yellow 1960s, 70s bangle, that's pretty common. That said, I did not just bring plastics. Not at all. Good. We need those days, Regina. Big time. We need those days of, taking care of stuff besides constantly sourcing and researching and being on the camera. It's a lot of work. And packing, invoicing. It's a lot of work. Happy Ducky. Hi, Happy Ducky. I'm glad you came back. Ducky. Ducks are my favorite bird. So I'm in Northern California. So that's where I ship from. And I do like all the other resellers that I know of, but I'm sure there's some who do it differently on YouTube. I invoice through PayPal and I ship using Pirate Ship. Now, USPS just went up by 30 cents to 40 cents, depending on the item and the shipping size and the blah, 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 but they do that every January. So there you go. This is day 2 in week 1 of my 2-week Build-A-Box deal. So Friday, tomorrow, when I sell mostly high-end with some mid-range so that it's still affordable for everyone, hopefully, will be the last day of week 1, which means with my new 2026 plan, over the weekend, I will send out your first invoice, which then you will pay, hopefully within, like 48 hours, maybe 72 at the most, right? I'm fairly lenient about that, but and then next week 2 will be the end, and I will bill the remaining items with shipping for all. Okay? Makes sense? I do, starting bid and sometimes buy it now. And today, and if you have any questions, ask me in the chat, send me an email, And today, because of a long thing that I went into last time I was on, which is not happening today, because that's over and done with for me. And something happens and I talk about it, I deal with it, I feel it, and then I move on. So, but based on that, I have a few items here that could be marked 925. And even though I got them from reputable sellers, I have my little testing stone and my silver testing liquid. And I am going to test the few items to see if they have any sterling or if they're just pewter. I also have a magnet, right? But I just thought it would be fun, these couple of items as I bring them up, to go ahead and do. It takes like 10 seconds, 15 seconds to test an item. And that way, I'm even more on the up and up in terms of reinforcing what someone said to me before I sell it to you. Sound good? So if it's a buy it now, then the first to claim it gets it, right? And that'll be a BIN in there. Otherwise, it's a start, and there's either a bidding war or there isn't. I hope everyone's day is going well. Mine has been good so far, and the weather is like springtime. All my daffodils and iris bulbs are coming up, and 2 of the ones that get the most sun down at the end of the house are putting up the bulbs this morning. The big fat little bulb shoots are in there, and I'm excited. Yesterday it was about the same temperature, but the sun never came out, and today the sun is out, and it's so sometimes there's benefits to living in California, but I don't live in Southern California, which is sunny California, right? So it's always nice to get a break in the winter. Okay. Ready, steady, go. Don't start out with testing. Oh, and I also have a ton of necklaces. And I brought a whole box of metal bangles. And they're going to be pretty inexpensive, like pretty inexpensive. And so we'll just see where I get. But I'm not going to start out with testing stuff because I just think that's too much. So I'm going to first do a buy it now. It is Rose. I love the sunshine. So Tuesday was the tabletop sale, and I did too much bending and stretching. And then yesterday I had to go over the hill and shop at 3 different stores. And sit and get my nails redone because I'm getting the powder slowly but surely removed and growing out and off. And coming home, my back and my shoulders and neck were just like, oh my God. It was a rough night sleeping. So hopefully today will be better. So I'm going to start this off with a buy it now. I have offered this so many times, and I've been surprised, honestly, that it hasn't sold. But I say that a lot. So, I believe I've looked this up. To buy it now, I've looked this up. It sells for more than double average, right? And I think it's gorgeous. So let's see what anyone else thinks. But this is how much I paid for it. Yesterday I offered it at 10. Today, if I can get the tag to cooperate, today it's a buy it now for 8. It's beautiful. Even if you don't want to resell it and you just want to wear it. It's a Chico's. This is a cord. Right? Little bit. It's definitely cloth type thread. It's not leather, but it has kind of a sealed feeling just a little bit. And then it's just beautiful. It has a very long extender. I would say this extender is about 3 inches. It is, this is probably a 90s or 2000s piece. It is really gorgeous. It is all plastic. Except and unless I believe this is mother of pearl in with the gold foil. Howsoever, it could be that it's just a really great mimic in plastic. But the colors, the blues, the pinks, here's a missing. See how it's just super thin slice? See that? I don't think that's a lucite or a plastic. I really think it's very thin slices of mother of pearl. So, and then it goes down to this larger plastic bead. Here's another one of these. I mean, just the design. This is so funky. It's cool. There's gold foil. Look at the shape. It's just everything about this, for me, is so fun. And then here's a bigger one. Larger. And then here's these. If anyone knows what this shape is, I keep asking. And all I can come up with is hexagon, the geometric shape, but I don't think that's right. And then this is the bottom piece. And see how it's not even. I honestly, I really, it's just, I don't have a presidium. It's my opinion that it's mother of pearl. And I don't know the shape of that one either. And then it just goes back up the same. It's slightly heavy. It's very well made. If anyone knows anything about Chico's, it's a very hot item, hot seller. And here it is. And it is, right here. So it's between 18 and 20 inches without the extender. And I think it's gorgeous. And I think it would be a great summer piece. So there you go. If I don't get any traction on this soon, like as in the next 48 hours, I've got a big old tray over here filling up with things, and I'm going to have a huge jewelry jar that resellers can make some money on, or you can build a collection. Yeah. So moving on. Oh, oof. I believe it, Regina. Well, we had a terrible holiday weather here in California. Terrible. So, but you know what? I'm very fortunate. I've lived in the snow before where it's piled up overnight, like 10-foot high drifts and all that. And no, God bless you. God bless you. Okay. This is another piece. This is beautiful. I brought this so many times. It is now a buy it now. I don't understand. I've had this squirreled away in my I had it until about a year ago, squirreled away in my eBay boxes from when I sold on eBay forever. And it's older, it's splendid, but no one seems to be interested in. So I have so many brooches, or I would keep it, but I do. If anyone resells jewelry, you know what I'm talking about. If anyone collects jewelry, you know what I'm talking about. So this is a buy it now. Celluloid, you know what? I always spell that one way or another somehow wrong. It didn't say it was wrong in the chat, so I think this is an outstanding piece, and I have been mystified. The yellow lily cones are celluloid. Then it is kind of like a faux enamel, because it's really more of a painted, and then the rhinestones inside of it are violet colored. And I don't know that shows up because of the yellow back there. There you go. They are like a light purple, like violet. I suspect this was a high-end maker, but there is no signature. So, yeah. There is the slightest this right here, but it doesn't go through, and I know it's because it's right next to this metal. So as someone wore it, it just kind of over the years wore on it, but it doesn't go through. And it is, Easter pin. I love that, Rose. There you go. It's about 2.5 inches long, and early 50s. It could be 30s. I can't. The brooch, the pin back does not go out. So that kind of sticks it into the 60s category, which is possible. They still did stuff with celluloid then. But everything about it to me is incredible. So if this does not sell at $12, then it has to go in my collection, because I can't, and I won't offer it for less than that. Oh, well, Regina. There you go. It's yours now. I love it. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for liking it. I have been showing it on and off for a year, and I've just been like, what? So, thank you. Thank you. Now, Regina, I know that, or at least I think, that I have bought from you. But I don't think you've ever bought from me. So can you send me, let me get rid of this. Thank you again. Can you send me your information by, like 6:00 tonight? There. So your YouTube name, then in one line, please, so I can copy and paste your real name with shipping address, and then below that, PayPal. Thank you so much. Yes. But thank you. And you're going to love this. I promise. It was a high-end maker, but I've never been able to find another one. Yes. Let me put it in a bag so it doesn't get all smushed and mushed. I keep everything in bags. Even not sold. Everything is in a box, in a bag, in a in a box, in a bag, on a train, on a plane, on a, you know what I'm talking about, right? You guys. Okay. Let's do, what am I going to do? You know what? This is another thing. This is another buy it now. So whoever's here, this has mystified me. But you know what? Just because I love it, and just because I know that people out there love it, doesn't mean that, it's the right time for someone or whatever. But I'm going to tell you, this is, I'm just going to do this. It's a buy it now. This is a steal. And I mean, I know when I got this, they were really popular. I know it's still popular. But I've never understood. It has, so these come with like 6 charms. This one has, I think I counted it, and it's a dozen or more. Here's this. Here is the heart end. And so, I guess you could consider this is the end of the bracelet, and this is like a 1-inch extender, right? And every single, where's the tag? Hold on, I'm trying to do this right. Kirk's Folly. Yeah, I hate that. Different lighting or angles for different objects blows it out. So there's the Kirk's Folly official tag. And then we'll go through this real quick because it's a buy it now, and it is, I think this is what I paid. Here is a heart with rhinestones and a bow. Here's a flower with a bee and a little bead. And this flower has shades of pink. Let me change my light. Let me see if that helps. There you go. Here is a heart with an arrow, pink. Here is a cherub with a little pearl. And on the back of these charms, they're all Kirk's Folly. So individual charms cost, sometimes $20. It's kind of like Pandora. This is what the heck is this? Sorry, a little leaf. This is a bunch of pearl clustered grapes. They're probably faux pearls. Here is, why is this, let me change the light one more time. I'm sorry, but it's not showing well. At least not on my end. There is another cherub, and this one is tossing like a wreath. There's another faux pearl drop. There is a fairy with a star on the bottom. There is this beautiful half moon. It's a moon with an AB rhinestone and a bead on the end inside of a heart. See, every time I move away, my camera needs to refocus also. Here is a dragonfly on a leaf with rhinestone wings, pink bead with a heart on the end, star with a heart. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 charms. 12 charms, charm bracelet. Kirk's Folly. It's very expensive. This bracelet, to put all these charms and buy this originally, was, by the time you put all the charms on, this was probably a $60 or more bracelet. And it fits my wrist without the extender, and I'm a 7.25, so that means 2.5 inches in diameter. With the extender, it could go up to a 7.5. And if you could wear it at a size 7 and just have it be lower and more dangly. So buy it now, 15. Buy it now, 15. Okay. So see, that was as quick as I could possibly show it because it had, a dozen charms. Look up Kirk's Folly, y'all. Get back to me. It's not inexpensive. I have a whole plethora of stuff down here that I need to go through and put back and get new stuff out. So, let's do some of these necklaces, and then maybe I'll do some testing. Yeah, Happy Ducky, it is right. That's what I was saying. It's let me remove it. For $15, it sells average out there 50, 60. I know it does, but and you got a teenager, you got a young lady, they would love it. So I buy things based on what I like in case I get stuck with it, and also what I think my friends would like, but I'm not always right. But is anyone always right? No. This is oh my lord, another celluloid, which every time I spell it wrong, celluloid blue. This is incredible. It's one of my favorite pieces that I stashed away in an eBay box for 20 years because I just I didn't want to sell it, but offering it up now. And I have several things hanging on here, so it's easier that way. So I'll show you like this on Molly. Excuse me, this is Dolly. This is my original helper, Dolly. Say hello, Dolly. And the necklace that we're focusing on right now is this one. And I'm going to take it off and show you. It's easier. I have two necklace holders, and it's often easier for me to preload a bunch on the holders and then load again than to just put one at a time. So I believe this is from the 1930s. Here is, look at that. The shape that I love this. This is not a 50s. I believe it's a 30s. Here's the clasp. So this is a basically antique. There is no maker. If there was a maker and it had been put on here, I don't believe it's American. This is celluloid with silver toned clasp jump rings, like they're fold over jump rings. And it is like a pale bluish color, almost the color of my shirt, but not really. And then could hold on 1 second, please. Could you turn that down a click? Clifton Walker. Thank you. Okay. So, and then look at these incredible. It's not thermoset. This is celluloid over top of the silver metal with rhinestones. And they are, I mean, it could be a leaf or a flower. I am not sure. It's got the silver in the middle and then these jump rings. It almost seems, okay, so I do this a lot on Fridays and it's articulated. It almost seems to me, based on this metal, like this is kind of more pot metally feeling, chintzy, and this is solid. And then back here, this is solid, but and they're white rhinestones. It feels like right before the war. Like we were just starting to, and that's just my opinion after having held so much of this stuff in my hands for so many years. I could be wrong. I've never seen another one like this. And I've imaged it now. Maybe there's one by now. There is no maker. It's a little bit of a shorty. Not really. It's not a choker. Oh, I like that, Rose. See, look how pretty. It's gorgeous. It's just absolutely stunning. And I mean, if you were a reseller and you put it on, a platform like Etsy, you could ask 30, 35 all day long, maybe 40. But if you just love this for your personal collection, yeah. Okay. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Nice to meet you. Have I met you before, Dawn? I'm not sure that I have. So we still don't want this, and I can't less than 20. Hi, Dawn. Have I met you before? Welcome in. It's very nice to meet you, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. How's your day going? Or your evening? Maybe your day is finished. Okay. So we're going to carry on with my helper. Thank you all for looking. And I don't do recaps. I am not a reseller who does recaps. So if you are thinking about something and debating it, put in the chat or email me later, because I don't do recaps. Also, remember that this is still week 1 of a 2-week build-a-box. So there's ample opportunity to build a solid box and pay less on shipping than if I was billing every week or after every sale. Okay. And I don't do recaps. It's very important because people are waiting until I bring items up again. I don't do that. Okay. Okay. Just letting everyone know. So going back to my original helper, Dolly. She's such a good helper. I have this incredible plastic West Germany. Love this piece. Looks like turquoise and glass, but it's plastic. In this tiny sterling silver necklace. So I will show the sterling silver first. Let me go ahead and put a price in. And I am, I'm always all over the map with prices, but a lot of this stuff, I've dropped it down. Okay. It starts at 18. I love this. It is so tiny. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show myself because I haven't shown it for just a little while. So we're going to get real clear. It's made in Italy. One, that's on the clasp. And Italy. Hold on. And on the other side, it says 925. Now, this can be a piece that I test for everyone. So here is the 925. And here is Italy. Here's a clasp. This is tiny. And this is all sterling silver. And these just kind of hang and move. They are also sterling. And they're just sparkle in the sunshine. It is tiny, dainty. Look at, see the sparkle? Tiny, dainty, fragile little piece. Isn't that beautiful? Oof. Rose, 18. Rose, let me tell you how long it is, sweetheart. Rose is in at 18. So anyone else would need to come in, you know the deal. 19 or higher. Rose, I love this piece. I was off asking $30 for this. And so Rose may remember. 9. To be on the safe side, I'm going to say 16, but it could be 18. So it's going to go to right about here and just be that dainty little thing for wearing in the summer. Rose, do you want me to test it? Rose, let me know. It says JCM, and the maker is JCM. I don't know who JCM is, but you could look that up. Italy, JCM. I actually think this is a big named collectible maker in Italy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say fair warning, but if I'm in the chat to post. Fair warning. 19 or higher. So pretty. It's just so delicate. I don't know. It's very feminine. I love it. Last call. Thank you, Rose. Rose, it's so, so pretty. It is. It's so dainty. Don't, when you wear it, I mean, the chain is so tiny. Don't pull. I mean, it's made in Italy. It's very, very well made. But, you know, be nice to it, and it'll be nice to you. Let me put it in a little bag, because this is one that would certainly get tangled up or pulled and broken. And Rose has a little package of household and other things going on. So there you go. Smell jewelry. Thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. I know that I've come across that name before, but it wasn't in my brain. It takes a village. Okay. I am going to do one more piece. Then I'm going to do the West Germany. And then I'm going to, hi, Julie. How's it going, sweetheart? Thank you. Pop on in. Hang out. Take a lurker seat. I'm so happy you're here. Okay. So, this. Yeah. So, this is actually the type of, still on Dolly. This is actually the type of plastic items that make my heart go patter, 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 patter. It's so good. The way they did these pieces to look like turquoise and West Germany and these blues, incredible. Double strand. I call these pineapple cut. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be, but hey, 710, what is going on? Hello, welcome. Hi. So let me show you the tag. the clasp, West Germany. So that dates it, right? The wall. Here is the extender. It's about 2 inches with the pineapple cut bead at the end. Love it. Rose. I think I did. I've always gone to thrift stores, and my partner owned a lunchbox, a metal lunchbox and toy collectible store in the 80s. And I just have always been drawn to this stuff. And plastic, for some reason, I mean, it's not that I don't, it's not, so these are clear white seed bead spacers. It's not that I don't like precious metals. Clearly I do. I'm wearing them. But there's something about the ingenuity of plastic that, in the feel, and that, I don't know, that really I just love. And this one, this is really special. And I have to say, if it doesn't sell at this price, look at that color. This one's going in my collection because I bought it, I think, just about this price. Whoops. It went away. It went away. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come on. There you go. I touched, the necklace touched my keypad. Let me come back down here. Yeah, thank you, Rose. And then this, it looks like satin glass, right? But it's plastic. It's just so well made. So here you go. It's so funny. I pick items like 25 minutes, 30 minutes before I'm on a sale. And I sit and think about, like, what am I going to pull today? What should I sell? But I don't pull till like the last minute. And somehow, even though I think about it beforehand, it always seems to match what I'm wearing. Well, that says 710. That would be true. Babies. Remember we used to give babies plastic rattles? Yeah. They chewed on them a lot. So this is without the extender, and it's coming down to right here. This is a funny shirt. Doesn't want to cooperate. So that is about 20, maybe 22 inches without the extender. And this is just there you go. Yep. This is, if you know your vintage jewelry, if you're a collector, you know about West Germany and the quality of their stuff. Just like some other makers, but this is beautiful. And yeah, I will give it 48 hours, and then it's going in my collection. I'm going to put it over here. Boom. Thank you for looking. Appreciate it. Now, if I can just, oh, cool breeze. Yeah, as long as it's not the winter, right? But it's lightweight, it's intricate, and it's kind of sexy. I don't know. That's just me. So, hey, how about this, y'all? You want me to show a ring and see if it's actually, so here you go. Let me look. I'm pretty sure, because I bought these and there was a bunch that were junk. And then, oh my Lord, looking in things. I will change the banner in a second. trying to read things inside of a ring band, sometimes it's like impossible. And then even if it says, I can't for the life of me read it. Almost looks like it says 18 KT, which is all impossible. And then I don't know. I can't read what it says inside. I'll show you what it is. Now, clearly, why do things takes a minute for stuff to focus? Clearly, this is not, I will put the price in a minute. Clearly, this is not diamonds. I doubt it's cubic zirconias, but possibly. It fits on this finger. And what I'm going to do is go up here and remove this banner of this price because, you know, it's been on long enough. And I'm going to test it to see. Yeah, I have so many magnifying glasses and loops, and I need new glasses, both these, which are just reading or computer, and my bifocals. So this is a beautiful ring. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to test if it's silver. It's a simple little scratch test, and we're going to see. And then I'll put in the price based on that, right? Because it might just be a very pretty costume piece. So you put, oh, something's outside banging on the metal. I wonder what we got out there. I've got some kind of animal outside my house banging around. Okay, so you put a little bit of that and you scratch. Scratch like that. And I'm very careful about scratching and where I scratch from because, so part of the reason why I didn't test for a long time and was very resistant was because I was really concerned about ruining the jewelry. Just like the hot pinpricks in Bakelite, was not happy about the concept of potentially scraping and ruining jewelry. So you guys are like, it's like watching paint dry, right? But I am trying to see if it turns red. And I don't understand. The light in here is like really bright and then not bright enough, and nothing's changing except the sunshine. So I'm going to do one more, and I don't think it's sterling. This is really boring for you all, I know. But if it's costume, and it's just pretty, then it's going to be very inexpensive. Even if it was sterling, it wouldn't be that expensive. I got to get away from the ring light. What is it with the light in here? I can't do this all during the sale. I can't. Okay, I see zero red of any kind happening. So let's just wipe that clean. Okay, I see zero red. So it is not sterling silver, and I'm not going to do that continuously because that's not my channel. And that'll drive me nuts. Buy it now. Stacked costume ring. $5. And then honestly, it's like the light was too bright, but then it's also too dark in here all the time. And yeah, it's confusing to me. So it fits on my pinky. Well, Rose bought it. Rose, don't you even want to know the size? Let me just tell you the size, Rose. It's actually a hair over 8, which is what I thought. So it is Rose's. It's a hair over 8. And look, it's gorgeous. And it could be that, I may take a piece of sterling during this. Am I allowed to? What do you mean, Julie? What do you mean? No. So it is. Sold to Rose. $5 ring. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose. So I have 2 different kits. Thank you. I have 2 different kits of tester solution. And I thought this one was the brand new one, not the old one, but I may test an actual piece of sterling just to ensure that the solution hasn't gone bad, because there was a lot of writing in there. And it seemed to me as though some of it, said 925. But then again, I'm telling you, okay, like this one says 925 inside. All right. Now that doesn't mean it is. It could just be so weird. I think I need to change my overhead light. This one is super pretty. I mean, these are not precious stones. Could they be lab made? Maybe. So I hope you can see in the middle it's light pink. And the sides are white. It's really pretty. Very thick band. It does say 925. Yes, Karen Jason Vintage. Hi, Sissy. What's going on? I'm going to test it for silver. Oh, this is a big one. This is 9.5. Which, I mean, it was big on this finger. So this is a 9.5. That's a good size. It looks like. And I haven't even put a price on yet. Karen, here comes trouble, no doubt, right? Karen and me have got up to a lot of good trouble. Good trouble over the last couple of years. Good trouble. So let's scratch. Oh, look at that. There might be some solution left on here because I scratched even though I cleaned and it immediately turned red. But I wiped it. I'm going to put some solution and see if it stays red. And it does. It does stay red. Okay. So I swore I cleaned this off good enough, but apparently not, because it instantly turned red. Okay, Karen. So this is a sterling silver, size 9, pink, middle, white, banded ring. Booyah. Yep. Karen's awesome. Starts at 16. It's a good one. That's a good I think that's a really good price. Starting at 16 for sterling silver. it just immediately turned red. And I was kind of thinking it was going to take a dump. Rose is in at 16. Oof. Let's see. Rose, look, I'm wearing my rose ring. So anyone else who's interested would have to come in at, fits right here on me. Looks like an engagement ring. It's not, but Rose is always on. You would have to come in at 17 or higher. So Julie, how's your sister? I'm going to give fair warning. You need a 5. Oh, well, Karen, I probably got you covered. Fair warning, last call. Take this one off. That is not mine. Put my rose back on. And Rose knows what she likes. And Rose also has been coming around my channel. Good, Julie. I'm glad to hear that. Rose has been coming around my channel now long enough to know when she's getting a good deal. Thank you, Rose. This is so pretty. Enjoy, honey. Enjoy it. Boom. Thank you. Well, it's got 2 pretty rings. Okay. You need a size 5, Karen? A size 5? Okay. Well, what about this one? Yeah. I don't know. I literally am just, I just got some new stuff or stuff that I'm opening for the first time. And, yeah, just, screwing around. A size 5. I mean, see this one? The 5 is up here. But, okay, so let's do this different. Look. See the 5 down there? And as I put the ring down, the bottom hits the 5, but the middle is not hitting the 5, which leads me more to feel that it's a 4 3/4, okay? Because it's the bottom, and I can't push it down more. But if I do like that, but it could be a 5, it could be a 4 3/4, and it is this beautiful flower with the solder drops of silver. Now this one says it's 925, and I can test it if someone is interested. It says, what all does it say, y'all? It says a lot of things. For my old eyes, it says a lot of things. Thank you, Julie. It says what? These things drive me nuts. Doesn't matter. I have so many different ones. Oh my Lord, come on. What? It's got hallmark of like a maker that I do not recognize or nor understand. And then something else. So I tell you what, I don't understand any of that. If someone is interested in this 4 3/4, it's gorgeous, and you want to know if it's sterling silver, I will. Well, let's just do it. Let's don't talk about it, and then let's move on. I will scratch and I will test. I can't read what's in there. I mean, I really need new glasses, but it's not usually this bad. So maybe they just changed in the last, eyes, when they change, they just change. And I know they kind of changed a little while ago. So maybe, it just all of a sudden is bad. Okay, this one's super red instantly, so it is sterling silver. Okay, hold on, Regina. Oh my God. I love you. Sterling silver flour. 4 and excuse me, 4 3/4, maybe a 5 size ring, and this one is going to be 17. Oh, excuse me, I can't. Sorry. Nope. I retract. Delete. Did it delete? Okay, sorry. Sterling silver floral size 4 3. Why do I keep doing that? 3/4, maybe 5 ring. And the starting price, I have to actually make money on this, is 21. Except that it's not. I have too sensitive of a mouse pad. Okay, so this one starts at 21. It is screaming red. It's definitely sterling silver. And this is all drop balls of the sterling. It's a very wide band. It's very nice. I wish it was just a little bigger so I could wear it in the middle down here. Or even, I could wear it there. It's a little awkward though. So, all right. Now, so Regina, you can't stand it. Oh, the one, Julie, where'd it go? Not Julie, Regina. This one, right, for 20, just put in yes. Just so I'm clear that I'm not confusing the West Germany. So Regina, just put in yes, and it will be yours. And everyone, thank you for looking at the ring. Excellent. Okay, it's yours. Thank you. I love this to death. And it is, I've never seen another one exactly like this. Yay. Thank you. It's so pretty. It's so, I'm telling you, I bought this in 2001, back when you had to mail checks back and forth and then wait for them to clear the bank, and you sent it via envelopes. And I just hid it away in my box for so long because I loved it so much. I was like, well, it can sit in that box for the rest of my life. I don't care. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to put this back over here. And Karen, I don't know if you really seriously want a ring or if you're just saying that you would like one, and that's way too big. So I'm going to move on and away from rings. I do have lots of rings, some of which are, very high-end expensive, some of which are, just costume jewelry, nonsense, etc. But let's move on to something completely different now, okay? Completely different. How about this? I've never shown this. At least I'm pretty dang sure I haven't showed it. Ooh, let me get this chemical off of there and not lose this turquoise ring over there. Okay, so this is the sparkly one. Yeah. The sparkly one I sold rose. Yeah. I don't have. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. I don't have another, just bling sparkly one like that right now. Or I might in my like whole box of custom jewelry rings, but I don't have them out. So there you go. All right. So this does not have a maker. No. All right. So this is going to be a buy it now. It is thermoset necklace. Karen, how are your chickens? I still don't have any chickens or any of that kind of stuff because I got bears and mountain lions. And 3 nights ago, my partner said he saw a weasel running down, the driveway that goes way, way down to our spring/well. And like 5 nights ago, a gray fox. And 2 weeks ago, a bobcat. So, yeah. And the bears, thankfully, I haven't seen their scat lately. But, like, no, just no. I can't be responsible. Hawks are one thing. I can deal with that. But I can't deal with the predators. So this is a lovely articulated, like, limoncello. See how it's yellow? I'm going to have a sip of this. Oh, Karen. This is like a limoncello thermoset. It is not a Coro or a listener. So I bet they were a little bit upset about that. However, I mean, they're not the only ones who did this. Thermoset was, as far as my brain has me remembering, like late 50s. Not late, mid 50s, and it was in vogue. So it was in vogue for a couple of years. It wasn't around that long, and I collect thermoset. I have pieces in my collection. This, what did I want to say about this? So thermoset is a certain type of plastic, certain type of acrylic, where it's kind of like a moonstone or something. It has that opalescent sheen, and it's just called thermoset. So it's got darker yellow and opalescent look. Here is its hang tag. Here is the chain on the side. Really, I love this type of chain. And that's a very 1950s style. Here's this, but there's no markings on the hang tags. Very strange. Here is the clasp. No markings. So you're in a storm, Karen. How bad is it? Let's see. I hope it's not like awful like what I went through over the holidays. And what do you do when it's really cold? Do you bring them inside? This would match my polka dot chiffon scarf. See how things do like that? So this is one of those like 15 inchers. It's not a collar. It's not, a choker. And that's with almost all of the extender. So it's not a choker, but it just lies around your neck like that. And it matches both my drink and my yellow scarf. These things are not planned, people. Wow, Karen. Ouch. I'm sorry. So what do you bring that? Thank you for looking, y'all. If you change your mind, let me know. I don't do recaps. Karen, what do you do? Do you bring the chickens inside? What do you do? Yes, sunny California, Rose. Sunny California. If only it was always sunny. It is in Southern California, but that's, way down closer to Mexico. It's a whole different trip. than Northern California. Okay. Okay. I figured you had to do something because, I mean, in this day and age, there's not that many of us that are going to bring our animals inside to live with us during the winter. Oh, oh. Well, at least you have the RV. Okay, that's why you kept the RV. There you go. I like that. Black glass. Oh, couldn't you just bring them? Well, how many do you have now? I don't even know that. How many? I need to talk to you on the phone. How many chickens do you have? I mean, could they be in like a big dog pen in the corner? Or would they just peck each other to death? I have no idea. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay. That's a lot, and that's a lot of eggs. So this is Molly, and what I'm going to show you is this choker, black glass choker. This is a really nice one, definitely older. It's a good price, good start. Yeah, what do you do? Like maybe build if you have like one of those big Weber barbecues and get the coals down to where they're just like hot coals and put it in the corner, but with the straw. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just on their own. So true. Oh, okay. This is a screaming deal, y'all. This is a Hobe, Hobe, or a Hobe. I say Hobe. That is an extremely collectible vintage jewelry name. If any of y'all are familiar with that, look at that. Totally blown out. And not focusing. Let's see if I do this. Well, it's Hobe copyright. It is on metal. So that is really good quality. It has these beautiful little, I want to look at this. Okay, they are black because these teeny tiny spacers almost have a bit of a green, like a blackish green tint. And then just your cut, bezeled black glass. This is glass. And Hobe could be old enough to be right towards the end of mourning jewelry. It could be, but that's kind of, I feel, really stretching it. So I'm not going to claim that at all. I'm just going to show you, and here is the extender. The extender is, because women were so little back then, almost 3 inches. Here's the end of it. This is, look up Hobe. Yeah. And there, without the extender, it fits like this. So with the extender, it would fit down to right about here. So this is about 15. So with the 2 to 3 inch extender, it would fit down here to about 16. And Hobe, this is at the very least from the early 50s, if not 20s or 30s. I have to refresh my mind about that particular maker. I haven't looked into them in a while. I just know they're a hot name and a little bit harder to find. Could be earlier than that, and it's definitely worth more than 14. So G. Rose. G. Okay. They do have a lot of feathers. they do indeed have a lot of feathers. And then the extender is on this. The extender, it's kind of like a copper covered wire, whereas this in there, that fine chain, it might be, I'm just going to say this, and it sounds crazy. It might be a sterling, or it might just be a stainless steel. I'm not sure. I need to, where is what I'm looking for? Magnet. I need to research that name again. It's been a while. Yeah, there's no magnetism. I don't know. So anyway, it's beautiful. That's what it is. Rose, I don't know what G means. I think it means good. Okay, this piece is going down, but I'm going to put it in a bag. I thought I had a bag, but apparently I don't. Pamela, hello. How are you? The blue necklace. Oh, hi, Pamela. Oh, wait. I got multiple things going on. Firstly, let me finish selling this piece. Hold on. Did you go do your research, Regina? I don't sell. So Regina is in at 14. Someone would have to come in at 15 or higher. I don't sell on any other platforms anymore because I don't. We're 3 days a week now here. No. Yeah. Okay, Pamela. And I don't. So 3 days a week is more than I can handle. It's as much as I can handle, and with occasional add-on with friends. And then eBay, Etsy, they charge it so much in fees that with my margin base, I can't. So fair warning, that was a long lag. If anyone else is interested, you need to come in at 15 or higher, or it's going to Regina. It's a great piece, Regina. Thank you for looking that up. Okay, y'all. $14. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Let me put it in a bag and write it down, and then let me answer Pamela. Yeah, well, you're welcome. I can tell you that I would have been offering that at a much higher price not very long ago, but I'm not, even though my margins are super slim, stuff just wasn't moving, and I can't stay in business if stuff doesn't sell. Okay, so Pamela. Hi, Pamela. So let me tell you what I determined after looking at this and talking to Melly and everything else. Yeah, we're in a crunchy economic times. So this necklace is still available, and I do believe it was like, I don't know, what was it? How much was it? $10, yeah. So I believe it's a conglomeration, and I could be wrong. I don't think it's just labradorite. Why is it's just acting out on me? It does have a very definitive blue shine all over the place. See all that crystalline stuff creates a blue shine. It's also gray and black. See there, down here. And then in between it has what I believe are onyx and silver spacers. And every bead or stone has that. But did you just see the blue? Look at that. But I think this is I cannot say this is labradorite. I didn't think it was labradorite in the first place. It shines blue like moonstone or labradorite. It is gray with crystal, and the black might be natural. It might be painted. I think it's a amalgam. Blah. I think it's a blend. But I think it's beautiful, and it's available, and it's $10. See the blue? So whatever in the heck it is, I love it, and I think it feels beautiful. And if you want it, it's yours for $10. But it's not. Labradorite would be gray with the streaks of blue and green. Pure labradorite. I don't happen to have a piece over here right now. It's still gorgeous. It's still 10. So if you're interested, Pamela, yes, you will take it? Okay. Thank you, Pamela. I was going to put it in my jewelry jar. So you saved it. I'm just going to call it Blue Flash. Thank you, Pamela. That was really nice. Thank you for seeing it and coming back and remembering that, I don't do recaps and to claim it like that. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Boom. And boom. Boom and boom. Okay, let me write that down. How are you this evening, Pamela? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy. Let me put this in a bag. If not happy, happy, that's a heavy word, right? Isn't that kind of a heavy word? Excellent. Happy places a lot of burden on people. So instead of happy, let's say, I hope that you're content or feeling blessed or healthy. Being happy, sometimes it's hard to be happy. So, that was too much. Okay. I'm gonna offer this up. Yes, Rose, exactly. Well, I created a marker somehow. I don't know how I did that. On my StreamYard, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. I touched some button. I'm telling you should not let me touch buttons. Don't ever let me have the nuclear code. Oh, my Lord. I'm telling you, my fingers get near a computer and it's dangerous. This is gonna be, so this starts at 24. And I learned something about this. I think I'll take it. I'm going to change what I want to do is get up and change my overhead. So here is that says Italy. You can see the very crude, many of you have seen this, a crude clasp. You can see that someone was asking, God bless it, $59 for it at one point. That may have actually been the original cost. It is a rollover, not a safety pin. So now I learned some stuff about micro mosaic brooches. I've been learning a lot because I have a lot. The safety pin ones, they have like a, do I have one over here with a safety pin? Yes. This looks like a safety pin, right? Do you see that? Whereas this is a rollover. So the safety pin style is going to be more modern, starting in the 60s and 70s tourist pins. This rollover is going to be 50s, beginning of more the tourist trade, possibly earlier. It is bent right there, possibly earlier. There's another thing I want to tell you about this. It does have the tiny little dots of, let's do it this way. Tiny little dots where they drop the metal. Now, the other thing about, I think this is older than 50s because of the rollover clasp, but it could be early 50s, and that was a determination made by someone who has been selling for as long as me, if not a little bit longer, and I'm not saying they're wrong. I believe they could be right. One of the things, a couple things with micro mosaics is how small are the fused glass pieces. That really dates it because they started to get bigger in the 60s, 70s because it's easier to make, right? Easier to sling out the tourist pieces. So this is smaller pieces, but also the really desirable antique ones are going to have a picture. They're going to have an actual full picture of like a little house and a lake or a woman or something like that. Those are the super high end. So this, to me, I believe is 30s or so. It's a very nice representation of an older micro mosaic bar pin. There's no stones missing. Nothing is, turned. Nothing is happening. There's the little dots I was talking about of metal that are soldered on. But I'm letting you know how to date these, okay? So this late 30s, early 50s. Safety pin old with the fold over clasp. Safety pin is going to be 60s, 70s tourist. Pictures on a micro mosaic, like teeny tiny ones with a picture, are going to be antique and they're very valuable. This is about 3 inches across. So, if nothing else, and I can't go lower than that price, but if nothing else, we all just learned something about micro mosaic pins. I enjoy learning. I hope you do. Okay. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. So, how about, what is this? How about the one with the safety pin? Let's just go there and see. This still has a cruder pin and it's just gold tone and it is not stamped Italy. Okay. So it is I bought a bunch of these. Buy it now. micro mosaic oval. I'm going to call it 60s, 70s, gold tone. It is a buy it now for $21. I could ask more. It's worth more. I got these for a good price, so I feel good about it. So see the safety pin? See how the clasp, it's still down there, but it's not quite as crude. It's got the gold tone polish. It's still got the soldered on edges. Although, let me look at that. Ah, nope, wrapped. This is wrapped. This is wrapped. And here, I think this is beautiful. Tourist trade or not, the pieces are not much bigger than the bar pin. The colors are lovely. And the middle is flowers. Yellow, orange, white with a blue background. And then, of course, you've got your yellow, your orange with little blue in there. And it's pretty small. I think it's about 1 inch. It sits up pretty high. I like it. If you collect micro mosaics, this is a good one. And the teeny tiny flowers. I mean, I said 1970s. The orange is very shiny. Could be 1960s. 60s, 70s. Well, I did say that. 60s, 70s. Yeah, and it's an inch. Inch long. 3/4 of an inch wide. There you go. I mean, if you ever, I'm just going over here, have an idea what I might do with these micro mosaic pens. Okay, let's see. You guys want to see some? How about a really blinging rhinestone? Thank you, Rose. Really blinging rhinestone costume jewelry set. Oh, my shoulders and back are not happy today at all. I woke up going, ooh, am I going to make it to my cell? And then I was like, of course I am. I have to. But I cooked the veggies, which is the hardest thing, prior to the sale, and did light cleaning. Luckily, I'm a pretty OCD person, so stuff stays pretty clean around here. Okay, I want to start this at this is a more mid-range. More mid-range price. And I just have so much stuff, and I always put too much in my box, and then I jump around all over the place. So I haven't used Molly very much. I seem to be using mostly Dolly. But the color, I just want to show. So this is a necklace that I think it'll show best on black. And I want to tell you, God, the light just changed. I want to tell you, I just want to show you like this. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. See how the light just changed again? The webcam in my computer does not like fast movement, so I've got to get an external one. So these right here they're rough. It's glass. It's carved. It's really cool. And then just your, regular white rhinestones. You see that? It's almost like ice. And I'll show you something about it in a minute. And then you have this big AB. They're all prong set. Rhinestone. And a smaller one. And it goes down like this. There is that, which is essentially both the necklace and the extender. There's the end, matches those. And then on this side, same thing, but it ends at the clasp. And there is no maker on the clasp. Now, I want to show you the back. So here on the AB stones, they enclosed it because they're just AB and perhaps have some foil under there. I'm going with this could be 1960s, but what I want to say something about this piece. And you see here, this is open to the light. And it has a coating, which is probably kind of like a foil, but a coating instead to give that opalescent sheen that is going on the front of these. I have never seen this exact style. I have never seen this beautiful, like fire and ice carved rhinestones before like that. Or if I have, it's been a while. Meow. Yeah. Yeah. One pan. Yep, I'm all about the one pan deal. I have, so, and this is a shorty. It's got earrings. I'll just show you those briefly. This is a shorty. So I want to tell you that it is all the way on my neck. And my neck is not, slender like when I was a teenager. But it is tight and I could not close it. So you would need to put a few jump rings unless you have a slender dancer's neck, or you're going to give this to a teen. These particular carved rough, like I'm calling them fire and ice, they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It is not modern. I've just never seen anything like it. So rose, I've really gotten into, let me show you the earrings. I've really gotten into eggplants, different kinds of gourd squashes, and something else lately, like really simple, Brussels sprouts, believe it or not, mashed. And they're some of the cheapest vegetables and some of the most nutritious. And they're really overlooked, and they're so easy to prepare. And once I prepare the vegetable, I just throw everything else in there. Yep, one pot. So look, see the earrings match. They're like that carved ice with white rhinestones all around them. These are beautiful. Gold tone. And it's just like a silver coat, kind of like an AB coating you would find on the back of rhinestones, clip-on earrings. And the puddling is really well done. These are, I'm saying 60s, but they easily could be 50s, especially because it's so, maybe even, I'm not going to go with older, just because it's so teeny tiny for women. 1950s makes more sense. So the set starts at 26. I love these. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Pamela's in at 26. Yeah, sweet potato. I've got 2 sweet potatoes. And the orange squashes, like those gourds, similar to a pumpkin, but they have a brown or a bluish gray skin. And you look at them and you're like, what am I going to do with that? Well, you're going to just cut them into small pieces, take the seeds out, and put them in boiling water, let it cool, take the skin off, and mash it up like a sweet potato. Boom. Okay, fair warning. An eggplant, you cut it in pieces and put a little salt and leave them in a strainer and let some water drain out. And then you saute it like, when you go to a restaurant where you get sauteed eggplant. Yeah, yum, yum. Okay, last call. If you want to beat Pamela, you've got to come in at 27 or higher, and you've got to do it now. Pamela, I love these. Thank you. Thank you. I love these. But I love most of my jewelry. If I was going out in my younger days, and how, did anyone else do this? Thank you, Pamela. Let me write it down. Did anyone else do this? I put on one set of clothes in the morning, maybe for work or just for hanging out. And then you came home at night and put on a different set of clothes. And the jewelry would change as well. And so, I wore so many different things. So am I the only one who did that? And now I don't. I'm older and I still wear pretty things and I wear my jewelry. But, I don't go to the extremes that I used to. Now I just own it and covet it and wear it, once a month or so. Fire set. Baby rhinestone. Pamela. That was a good buy, Pamela. Thank you. Strike a pose. Yeah. And I did. I mean, when I was, 16, 18, I wore this stuff. I was wearing it back then. I didn't buy I bought the apple bottom jeans, the bell bottoms. I wore candies. I wore drive-in movie pants, But when it came to jewelry, I liked the vintage stuff. Does anyone here remember, for crying out loud, drive-in movie pants? That's what we called them here in California. And they were jeans and they had diagonal zipper kind of down from each hip. So it was like a panel. You unzipped here and you unzipped here, and that came up. And so then that's how the pants came off. And terrible, terrible name, right? But I mean, we were just kids. We called them drive-in movie pants. Now, good, thank you, Rose. Now, but does that mean that I was going to a drive-in movie and undoing my pants? No. Oh my God, no. But that's just what we call them. So I'm glad to know it wasn't just here in California, because every time I say that, I'm like, people must think you were really something as a little girl or a teenager. And no. Woo. That's just what we call them. Okay. This, and I will test it, but I know it is. I was a wild child. I was a wild child. I loved going to shows. I loved dancing all night long, Pamela, well, look them up. Look up the double zipper right along the hip, one on each side. And then they were bell bottoms. It was a 70s thing. It was a 70s thing. Did you wear candies, Pamela? You've heard of Candy's shoes, right? So I will test this. No, black leather, yeah, and fringes. Yep, yep. I never liked. I mean, leather jackets were okay, but uh, with the fringe for sure, hanging off the arms. Oh my gosh, yes. But not pants. There were a lot of people who were really into the black leather pants, and those were so. Remember the episode of Friends? They were hot. I mean, it ridiculous. So you could not go out dancing in clothes like that. At least I couldn't. It was because I danced. So this is beautiful. This is a very old piece of turquoise with the brown. This ring light is bugging me. I'm going to turn it off. Nope, that's worse. Ugh. I promise I will have my office set up where you can see things really well. And I know I see it better on YouTube, but I get really fussy about it. I would say this is probably a 1970s, maybe 1960s turquoise ring, just like most turquoise. It was stabilized, but I have to say it has a little bit of tiny looking. Can I actually feel them? No. But it's less stabilized than newer. That's how I can tell it's older. It's not like super bling. And the brown in there is the copper, because that's the matrix. Turquoise comes from, grows alongside and is found alongside copper mines. There you go. This is and see how even though it's stabilized, there's just the tiniest little kind of like chips. This was well loved, well worn, and it's artisan. I cannot say, yeah, the shoes. Oh, marbles. I cannot say if it's Native American, and it does say 925, and I know that it is, but I will test it if anyone is interested in it. Let me give you the size. It is a big one. It is, there's the US. It is a size 9. And it's sitting just a tiny bit crooked because this is an artisan made piece. It's not mass produced. So, but it's a size 9. 2 bands. It's gorgeous. It does have the 925. I got it from Reputable. I can test it if someone wants me to. Size 9. Yeah, Marlboro cigarettes. Oh my God, hot rods, Mustangs, El Caminos, Bumblebees, Marlboros, and there was a period of time where I and my girlfriends were really into the foreign cigarettes that had the really pretty boxes and were so expensive, like the Shermans. You remember the Sherman cigarettes that were like all different colored and they had the gold foil? Oh, ridiculous. I haven't smoked cigarettes, analog tobacco, regular, in 40 years. So there's this ring. Think about it. And if you want me to test it, if you're interested, I will. I am now going to start saying that. I will test it if you want me to. Just because since I was called out on not necessarily knowing what I was talking about, I now will show you that I know what I'm talking about. Seaside food vendors. I had a good time dancing and dressing. And you remember laying down on the bed so you could get your pants on, and your girlfriends would help pull the pants up on you so you could get the zipper done, even though you're flat as a pancake. you still had to wear the tightest thing possible, which is preposterous, so uncomfortable. What in the world? Then you'd lie in the bed, everyone would get the pants on, you get the zipper done, and then you'd go to the party, or you'd go to your friend's house, or you'd go to the club, and now you have to use the restroom. So sometimes you had to lay down almost on the bathroom floor, or you always went with your girlfriend so they could help you get your pants back up, which now had stretched out just enough, right? What in the world? I would never, shoot, Rose, I would never do that again. Never, never. Never, never. It sounds so ridiculously uncomfortable and vaguely inappropriate. Buy it now. I'm going to lower the price on these. I made these. And I have bunches of other colors and styles. I just haven't made them yet. I may spend time doing it this weekend. Yeah, I loved. And 501s. I really, is it by now? 501s. I really miss 501s because 501s were realistic. 501s, you bought them by what size your actual hips, waist, and the length of your leg. Not what they do nowadays, which is decide based on styles, sizes from other countries, if it's a 8, 10, 12, 14, 1X, 2X. No, because they're the bigger the size, the longer the legs of the pants. You started, it's presumed that if you have a bigger waist, you somehow have a longer leg. Well, no, you don't. Not necessarily. I'm only 5'3". It's a reference to Iggy Pop, but I really am only 5'3". So I miss the days of men still buy pants like that. They buy them based on their height, their waist, and their hip size. But women were locked into this thing that is not realistic. So these, all I did, I bought a whole bag of these because I made jewelry for years. And I have all different colors. These are like from the 50s. And I put earring wires on. And, I brought them a couple times at 8. Now I brought them at 6. They're really cool. They're pretty lightweight. And they're encased, but they're plastic. Oh, yeah. Of course you did. We all did. I used to hop fences in my 5-inch candy heels. Those were glued to my feet until like an hour or two into dancing, because I started dancing and I never stopped until the club closed. So about an hour or two in, I just fling the shoes off over into a corner and yeah. And often walk home barefoot. So these are really cool, and they are lime green. Lime green. That doesn't help. I don't think you're seeing the lime green, and I'm sorry. The sun just came in here. And the plastic beads are cut so lovely. It just reminds me of encased glass. There you go. Oh, the sun. It doesn't last very long. That will change. And I have these, I think, in like reds, pinks. And if I have to, it's the earring wires. I mean, this costs some, right? But then the earring wires also cost. So I can't go a lot lower than 6. But I think these are fun. Fun as all get up. Okay. So we're going to move on. And I'm going to go to something more expensive. Tomorrow is my high end day. But it last Friday was very high end. So I don't always do that. Every once in a while, I'm just like, okay, let's bring it on. I'm going to bring this back. This is, I want to look at it for a second before I go through everything. I remember it's a brand name, and this thing is, well, of course, I I curate with all of you in mind, but of course, I also get to stare and love and you know, Monet. Yep. Shoals. Yes. I don't know, but you know what? Didn't someone recently sell Jen sold a pair of shoals that were like size 5 or something recently. I think. I think so. And that started a whole conversation about that. I remember them hurting my feet. So but I mean, I never wore flat shoes until the 8th month of my pregnancy. And then from there on out, I got more and more into flat or low heels. But up until then, I was all about the heels. And, my grandma, my father's mother, Grammy, I called her Grammy, wore high heels her entire life, and the pantsuits and the whole deal. And so she could not wear flat shoes because her arches were now high. I don't know how to make that example, but her arches were now super high from always wearing the cut shoes. So then you can't go to flat shoes. They're uncomfortable. Yeah, I miss all of that stuff. But then, I mean, maybe I'm just old. I don't know, but I miss it. I think there was more of a style. So all around here it says Monet. There's this really cool clasp. It has just a teeny tiny, like 1 inch, a little bit longer extender. And then it's gold tone. 1, 2, 3, four chains on, and then it has this incredible stone. Do I know if that is a real stone or if it's dyed? I don't, but you see the way it changes in the light. I'm going to take it off of here, and even the bail on top is beautiful. It's heavy. It's incredible. I suspect it's some type of real stone. I should have looked up in my mineral and stone book identification prior to bringing this again, but I forgot. So it is like a dark brown that then changes with the light, with you moving. I think it's I don't think it's dyed. I really truly don't. I think it's unless it's like it's got lines. I can see striations running through it, and see, look at my thumb. I can see striations running through it. So it's possible it's some type of I don't know, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty dang incredible. It's thick, and look at the bail. It's just solid, hardcore. And then again, this is a really nice clasp, super heavy duty. I believe this is 90s, a 1990s piece, and it's it's relatively short. So I'm glad they have the extender. And honestly, it's such a small extender. I wish I had gold chain like this, and I may have it to make it longer for y'all. Not that you need it. It's not like it's not going to fit. I just would like it to be. Hold on. Well, see. Okay, so if I was, hold on. Let me start over. Where's the extender? Rose, how's the miracle? So without the extender, it is right here. So that's like 15 to 16 inches. And see now how it just has one streak across? It's really cool. So with the extender all the way extended, it would go down to here, which I also like that. And this feels so good. It's like, it is like, yeah, it's like a touchstone. So 18 starts at 18. Okay. And it is a 90s Monet. And wow, you could even, if you just love the stone is what I love. I also love these strands. So you could actually, if you wanted to, could you, if you know how to do it, you could take the jump ring off. I know how, it's super easy. And the clasp, and then have the chain and put this stone on something longer and have a 2-for-1. Yep, starts at 18. Okay. Oh, he will be out in it. So I'm going to put this down. And so does that mean, Rose, does that mean he works out in, dealing with the snow? Or like, what am I trying to think of? Like when we had the terrible storms going on here over the holidays, Christmas Day, and the couple of days leading up to it. And then again, the day before New Year's and New Year's Day. What we have, our electrical company here in California, they were all out working non-stop, all up and down the entire coastal line of California over the holidays. Now, sure, they got double pay, but they were not able to be with their families, and working in horrible conditions. I felt bad. Yeah, bless his heart. Well, tell him I said thank you, because that's a really hard job. Even if you get paid a lot, I don't care. That's a hard job. So I say thank you. I say thank you. Okay, what else do I have in my basket of goodies before I decide to go? Okay, this is something that, why? I don't know why. I think it's spectacular. It doesn't want to be sold. Maybe I'm supposed to be wearing it. Maybe I'm supposed to be giving it to my male partner. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be a belt for someone. But I am going to, this is the lowest price I can go, y'all. They rejected my comment. YouTube rejected. I put buy it now, lariat, and they rejected my comment. Okay. What is, oh, I know why. That is so, hold on. That is so weird. I think it's because they're thinking, I'm just going to call it a wrap necklace. Because they're thinking of people unlifing themselves? I don't know. Wow. Which, I mean, I'm just talking about a piece of jewelry here. That's all. I mean, and I mean, people, I go to the rodeos. I love them. We make a piece of rope and catch the animals. I don't get it. But I guess there's a worse context there than what I'm understanding. Okay, so this is not magnetic. It's a super thick, incredible chain. I think this is gender neutral, but then I also think all jewelry is gender neutral. Let me just double check that what I'm saying is true and that it's not magnetic, because no, it is magnetic. Okay, there you go. It is magnetic. See, there was something in my brain. I was like, wait a minute. So, steel, pewter, and something. So you know what? Let's test this for silver. I've never done it, but let me finish showing you what it is. And this is a wraparound necklace. This is black see-through glass wrapped in the wire. It's dark and it lightens up. There is 2 pieces. This is 3 feet long. I always said I was going to test this for silver, and then I never have. So you literally just wrap it. No, it should, if it's magnetic, it's not sterling silver, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I'm just showing you, here you go. I decided to wrap it onto the side like this. And then this is hanging down like that. So honestly, it could be like a tie for a gentleman. Fancy, right? You could have both of them together. You could have it tie up higher here and have them both falling like this. It's completely up to you. Completely up to you. But I love this piece, and I have been mystified. But let's just test it just for the heck of it. It should not, if it's magnetic, then no, it should not be sterling silver. But it's so, I don't know. So then, Rose, what is, Rose, what is? What is it, Rose? What is it? There you go. I'm enjoying my little scratch thing, because this way I'm not showing you all, so I still could be making it up, right? I'm not showing you, so I could be making it up. I could be telling you that it shows red, so that means, blah, blah, blah. And I'm, you're not seeing the testing stone. But there is, I was terrified of this stuff because I hate chemicals. So I was terrified of using this stuff, and had it, another kit that I threw out because it was way too old, for over a year, because I was like, they were like, caustic, don't touch, don't do this, don't get in your eyes, don't breathe, and so I was like, wow, who wants to do that? And now I'm like, oh, just put it on there, and then you rub it off, and it's no big deal at all. Okay, yeah, it is not sterling silver, which we all knew. No red. So whatever it is, it's 3 feet long. It's really cool. Bring back the wraparound necklaces. Yep, 3 feet long. Okay. What? Okay, I'm selling this. Someone's gonna buy this today. Stainless steel. Yeah, it's heavy. The metal is heavy. Heavy. So I bought this There I disappeared. I came back. I disappeared, but I'm back again. Okay. I bought this from some people, and I didn't realize. I believe it is handmade with very nice older beads. I'm not clear if the pearls are real or not. I'll show you what it is. I paid a lot for it, and I guess it's because it was handmade by the person and they kind of have a following for that. I didn't realize any of that when I bought it. I am selling it at less than half of what I paid, because I bought it thinking it was happened again. I hope that stops. I bought it. Whew, that needs to stop. I bought it thinking it was something else, and I bought it to resell. But it is not what I thought in any way, shape, or form. But it's still really pretty. So we're just going to do a buy it now of 12. It's still really pretty. It is a handmade piece. It is older beads, and I bought to sell. I did not. It is not. I wear mostly silver. I don't wear much gold. It's really nice. The person I bought it from, they're lovely, and they have been doing this. I would warrant their entire lives. They're very reputable, all that. So this is the clasp. Here's the teeny tiny faux pearls. They did not rub on my teeth like real pearls at all. And then here's the beads. This has like foil in it, and it's clear. Here is a old vintage. So he makes from vintage, takes them apart, broken things. Gold spacer. Here is this, Murano, Italy style hand blown gold foil and white painted clear encased bead. And this one is like a saucer, flying saucer or something. See that? How it's like two caps put together, except it could have been two pieces that then were melded together. Could have been. And it has that same one at the bottom. It's very long. Where's the clasp? Hold on. There you go. So it's very long. It's like flapper long. And the sun is kind of blowing out the colors. But for $12, this is a really fun piece. You don't even need this clasp. I don't understand what the clasp is about when it's that long. I never have. What's the point? So see how it's really pretty on. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just not what I expected, and I did buy to sell. So it's almost at the bottom of things, but not quite. Okay. So it is about 28 inches probably, and I will do a measurement. I like it. There's nothing, I mean, look, it goes with my yellow hair scarf. I mean, and it's not heavy. It's a beautiful summer piece. If you had like, a t-shirt on like I do, and you just want to pump it up with some gold and some post earrings. you have, a dress on going out. Yeah, the clasp is for doubling. I don't. Well, let's see if it'll double. Happy Ducky, you're still here. Hi, Happy Ducky. I've taken to doing this like the 50s style with scarves and my hair doubled up a lot again lately. What do you guys think? I'm really enjoying it. You think? I don't know. Let's find out. It might double because it's so long. I like that. No, it would just double. And I actually, this is backwards, of course, but I actually like it like that. This is not correct. I didn't do it correct. But I like it like this. I like it both ways. So it's interchangeable for $12. Yeah. There you go. That's not bad at all. I think I said 28, but I'm going to let you know in a second. Whoosh. No, it doubles. It does double. I didn't do it correctly. It's a nice piece. I mean, I'm going to start 7, 14, 20. It's 26. Happy Ducky. It's 26. But I like it. And I am going to start making, I have lots of really old collectible vintage beads. I have beads from when I was a teenager. I have cobalt blue and red cadmium that are turn of the century. I have a lot of stuff. I used to make a lot of jewelry, and I am going to get back into doing that and bringing it to you all. But it'll be a little different than this. It'll be more kind of true to what vintage is, if that makes any sense. So I don't know. I'm going to put this aside over here and think about if it's going to come back. If no one claims it in the next 48 hours, it may go into either my vintage beads of me remaking things or into the jewelry bag, jar, box thing that I'm going to make. That'll show up sometime in the next couple weeks. Okay, so listen, I've been on 2 hours, and I'm wondering, I don't do recaps. First, I'm wondering if anyone here would like to see something again that I've already shown. Or also, and in addition, if there's something that you're particularly interested in seeing, or something you're looking for in terms of jewelry. I do my Tabletop Tuesdays is mostly household. So I'm clearing that out, and I have a lot to clear out. So that's going to go on for quite a while. I mean, I have a necklace that I'm going to show still, and a pair of earrings. I have a lot of rings. This one is like a wedding ring. That's just sterling silver vermeil. It's beautiful, but it reminds me of a wedding ring. Okay. And then this is zoisite. Moss green with pink and browns. This is like either a big for a woman with really long fingers, or a gentleman. It's a huge, beautiful stone. And the pink is kind of like a brown pink, okay? So much, just the sterling silver. Yeah. And this amethyst reminds me of the design of it's costume jewelry, but it's sterling silver. It reminds me of the design of school rings, right? And then, like I said, wedding ring. Yeah. Big one. This big one, what size is it? I've had this ring for a while, and I believe I paid too much for it. I mean, it is pinky brown and then green moss, and it's like, I would call it like a tabletop ring. It's pretty incredible. It is. So, okay, so I'm going to do this with you. So here is the US size, right? We go down 4, 5. That is 8. Right there is 8. And the middle is hitting below the 8. So I would say it would fit an 8 to an 8.25 rows. And this is a $55 ring. And that's less than I paid. But I bought it to resell it. Zoisite comes from mines in Africa. And it's only been zoisite. I'm pretty sure this is the one that was found. No, I might be making that up. I'm going to stop because I might be wrong. But zoisite has only been a really common use in jewelry since the 90s into the 2000s or so. I mean, it was because I think this is the one where they found the mine and then lost it. And then it was rediscovered. Happens. How do you lose a mine, right? Like, what? None of you knew where this guy's mine was? Yeah, it's an expensive one. So I'm gonna slam through a couple metal bracelets, and then I'm gonna show a necklace, and I'm gonna close. And I'll be back tomorrow because I always have so much. And I have cameras, y'all. I have from the 80s, probably 90s, maybe. I have to look them up. I have like 3 or 4 really good amateur professional cameras. So if anyone is interested in cameras and you take pictures, they're not, please let me know. Okay. Send me an email. Let me know. All right. So we're going to do not that one, but I'm going to do buy it now choice on that, and then show a necklace and then close. So if anyone has come in, I don't do recaps. Now is your chance to go to your settings, put yourself on chipmunk speed 2x, and just through. And if you see something you're interested in, drop it in the chat, or you can email me if you're watching on the replay right there. I have couple people who email me regularly after my shows and pick stuff up. Okay, so this is a whole little kind of plastic bin of some metal bracelet bangles that are vintage that I put aside when I wasn't quite sure what I was going to be doing. And I figure as long as I'm at it, why not keep, as long as I'm doing some lower end clearance, let's do it. I love this giraffe print, like enameled kind of, it's just paint, but it's like enameled paint. It is a cuff. I'm based on the animal print. It's 80s. Oh, Rose, weren't we just talking about that? Animal prints with the cheetah. Hi, Sabrina. How are you? How'd your sale go? You and Kathy. So this is fun. $3. I don't know the maker. And I'm definitely 80s, right? 80s all the way. Fits me. So that's a 7.25. $3. That's one choice. It works well. That's a choice. This one is just a burnished, polished gold tone, but I like it because it's just simplistic. It does have like that little seam, and then there on the inside is, I guess, where they put it together. Again, this is probably 80s, 90s. Fits me. I have a little bit thicker hands. I'm getting some arthritis and just a little bit thicker. So if you have thicker, it probably wouldn't. 7.25. It's very pretty on. Only slightly heavy. Got a whole bunch of this, y'all. And I'm just doing the gold tone ones right now. Yep. $3 a piece, I think is good. These are, I'm pretty sure these are brass. You would just put in what you're interested in. I love this one because of the shape. This is likely, again, an 80s India. It is hollow. But I really like this style. This one is hollow but heavy. This has a lot of what I believe is brass going on, and I love that wavery pattern. And I think these two, even though they're totally different, I think they go together really well. But that's me because I'm eclectic. So, 7.25, no problem. There's a little bit of patina, something going on right there. Yeah, Happy Ducky, right? See, I'm eclectic. And then this one. This one is, see, right here, that's where it gets that little bit of tight. This is a size 7. I'm not going to smush it on to me. That's a size 7. So, and you can tell, I'll take it off. You can tell when you hold them up together. See, it's obvious that it's just that little bit smaller. Okay. And Sabrina is in at 3. Hi, thank you, Bree. And Bree, did you have a good sale with Kathy? I know you guys started at noon. There's several people on Thursdays, all within like an hour, half an hour, 2 hours of each other. Yep. It's always fun. But, I think it works out really well. We share really well with each other. Good. I would be coming to your sale and showing up and hanging out if I wasn't having my own. I adore Picasso Cat. Is that right? Yes, sometimes I get Picasso and Calypso mixed up. And then this is a later, I'm going with 2000s brass on the inside with kind of like a snakeskin print, which is a plastic in here, right? That's what it reminds me of. And it too is more of a 7, maybe even a 6.75. Yeah, there you go. There's the pattern. So, I mean, I'm calling it snakeskin, but it also has that kind of like, prismy, psychedelic-y, whatever pattern. So, I am going to say, thank you, Happy Ducky. I'm going to say, fair warning. They are buy it now. So, Sabrina gets, first choice. Last call. And I will call you Bree. It's hard for me to get into the habit. Sold to Bree, $3. Which one or ones were you interested in, Bree? I know Kat and I both like copper. I don't know, like I got this copper bracelet from her. This one. So what ones were you interested in? Do you need to see them again? Just let me know. I think that's really wise. These two, right? Oops, I'm so sorry. That's not nice. Didn't show right. These two, the wavery and the angled. Excellent. Okay, let me put that in there. Bree. Thank you, Bree. Wave and angled brass. Bangles, total of 6. Thank you. Those were my favorite. I've had them a while. So let me put that down. $6. Let me move it down here. $6. Sabrina. 2 brass. I love these. I have so many bangles, and my problem is because I'm getting older and I'm starting to get a little arthritis, it's a little bit bigger, just a little bit, and I have all this plastic bangles from the 60s and earlier and Bakelite and all this stuff, and it no longer is wanting to go over and fitting me correctly, and I am bumming because I do not want to have to sell it. It's part of my collection. Oh well, life goes on, right? Okay, so I said I was going to show one more necklace before I closed, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to be done for the day, and I will be back on. I don't do recaps, so if anyone is watching on the replay, there is the email address. And I'll be back on tomorrow with higher end vintage, some antique, possibly jewelry, and artisan pieces. And and Fridays is my educational chat and sale, where not only am I speaking to you all and educating you, but you are speaking to and educating me, because it doesn't matter that I've been doing this, 30 years or more. I do not know everything. No, I do not. And I'm always, every sale I go to, I learn something else. I learned something new. And every Friday, I learn something from you all when people are there and really chatting with me. And I think that you all learn stuff. And so, you can never stop learning. Or you could, because you could choose not to, but I'm not going to do that. I love learning. So I really enjoy my Fridays where I just slow down and we just hang out and add to our collections and learn. So this is I don't remember where on earth I purchased this from anymore. And I haven't even had it that long. But I have so much jewelry. So this is the back. And I do need to, even though I have a lot, I need to make a run up to the big cities up the coast and go to all the hospice and animal shelter thrift stores and find some kind of new items to me and everyone else. So this is this incredible, this is much older. I'm going 60s, 70s. I think it's meant to be in a tribal style. These are pieces of abalone, and it's not from America because of all the browns in it. I'm showing it to you like this, but I will take it off and show it to you individually. I love this piece. I mean, it's a statement piece. This is like a hello, I'm here, I've arrived at the party piece. But someone, this is an artisan piece to the point where someone took the abalone, and it does have blues and pinks and all of that in here. I'll show you in a minute. And they carved every single one of these pieces and put a hole in the top and then made this necklace. I suspect that this probably cost anywhere from $60 to $80 or more brand new. This took hours and hours. Imagine carving every single one of these pieces and then making the necklace. I really believe there's no maker. It is done on string. I believe it was like at a gallery, and it's definitely a one of a kind. Black turquoise, that's really interesting. So see what I mean? There is the blues and pinks and whites. Look at that. And they're thick. I mean, this might not even be from this country. I mean, I know what I mean is I know that abalone isn't, because our abalone is not typically that brown color, even on the outside of the shell, let alone the inside. So I should research, actually, where does this color abalone / mother of pearl, as they call it, come from? There you go. Isn't that incredible? This thing is, it's just super unique. I don't know. And I will put it around my neck, but I really wanted to, close on kind of a banger item today of like, it's just so interesting. And of course, the minute you start playing with it, all the things move all around, and then so and see, it is made on string. It's cotton thread. That also really dates it, and it's not hand knotted in between. This thing is, it's special. I should look up brown mother of pearl and see what area of the world this comes from. And I have no idea if this clasp is sterling silver. It's very old. It might be, but you know, who cares? It's just a clasp. Oh, yes. Now, that's the only thing is once you mess with it, so I believe this was really, it was meant to look tribal. Once you show the pieces like I just did, then they all turn the wrong way. So I'm turning them back. It's beautiful. And I know it's not coming across correctly on the computer. Okay. There you go. And it does stay flat, I promise. It's just me. Look at that. So that is about, so up here, it's like 15 inches, 16 inches. But then with these carved spears, kind of like, of this brown mother of pearl, abalone. Abalone is mother of pearl. I mean, you know. It's down to about 18 inches. It's very unique and very beautiful. And I would want to wear it with a dress or linen, like Rose said. And like maybe little stud earrings, diamonds, something brown. And definitely with a dress or something where you're showing the whole piece. Yeah, and it's heavy. Rose, yep. So there you go. Think about it. Think about it. And I will put it back in its bag. And I didn't see anyone, Rose, I didn't see anyone commenting or dropping anything that they might be interested in the chat. Boy, I have a whole big pile down there to sort out this weekend. So I'm going to assume that we're all good. I've been on for quite a while for me on a Thursday. And I feel good about that. I feel like I did a good job. There is a pair of earrings that I really wish I had a presidium. I can test for the sterling silver. I don't have a presidium, but man, they look like real stones. They have all the inclusions. I may take them to a jeweler. Okay, thank you for being here, Happy Ducky. I really appreciate it. So I will be back on tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And I appreciate all of you being here and supporting me. I appreciate all of your purchases. And I just appreciate spending time with you. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to bring the Jabbits on the vintage hanky so y'all can really get a sense of that. Okay. Good night.